back. For Final Fantasies, I would recommend the Pixel Remaster, because you have Final Fantasies 1 to 6, and of course, like, you know, modern stylings and stuff like that, some quality of life stuff. So that's a fantastic way of getting to the Final Fantasies if you haven't. And they're all separate too. I mean, you could definitely play like any of the Final Fantasies without playing any of the previous ones, because they're completely separate stories in that. But I definitely I know the OCD when it comes to like playing a series. You never want to play like the later ones without playing the earlier ones. But that's why Pixel Remaster is perfect, because you get the first 6. So, all right. Go on to yeah, let's hope it's not 50, man. Oh, it's 50. Like it feels like when we killed Nemesis last time, they basically said, oh yeah, he's gone, you know, like it doesn't feel like, it didn't look like he ran away. It looks like we killed him, so that implies we're probably not going to fight Nemesis anymore. So that means maybe we are starting to get towards the end if we're actually killing off enemies now for good, instead of them, you know, potentially coming back. Cross my fingers. Well, here we are. That was a pretty fun trip, but where are we now? Character Triumph. Are we in Paris? Certainly are. Couldn't be anywhere else. Paris, really? Something seems off about it. Oh no, this is definitely Paris. Will you guys make up your minds? Are we in Paris or not? Follow me, everyone. We're about to find out. Yeah, something can read that. Yep, this is the place. The Theater Chat Noir. Huh? It's the Black Cat Theater. I think I'm starting to get the picture. We're in the Paris of 1920s, smack in the middle of your Steam era. No, it's Black Cat, not Night Cat. c'est pas les chats de nuit, c'est Chat Noir. I'm so happy we finally made it back. Not so fast, Erica. Doesn't anything seem strange to you? It reminds me of the Castle Rendigres we fought at earlier. Plus we're on a modern cruise ship. Where did we end up in this era? Waiting by the whole collection? Got it. But you should. Especially now that they've like actually re-released them and they're, you know, less expensive. Back when they were first out, like, of course the prices were high and there was limited stock, and now they're like cheap. Yeah, I know, right? So we've traveled between worlds before, but never quite like this. Now it's like the worlds themselves are intertwining with each other. Amsian told us that the ship's destination would explain a lot to us. I don't like this, Ichiro. You can taste it in the air, too. Yeah, something's wrong. Let's split up and see if we can find anything. We'll find a whole bunch of enemies. I'm calling it now. It's getting rather frustrating. Perhaps a cup of tea would help. Ah, perfect. Wait, no, not perfect. What was up with that theater we were just in? Yeah, I imagine on Steam they're probably fairly cheap. So on console you're generally paying for like the, you know, the physical release, so you have that physical release tax thrown on top of it, right? I don't know. It's not like the Chat Noir to be completely empty like that. I want to introduce the rest of the Paris Combat review to everyone too. Man, what a pity. Sounds like the most bountiful harvest. Very much so. There's a notorious criminal among them, too. Sure, we would love her. Ah, dude, it's not like that. We don't actually all hang out after hours. I would like to meet her. Surely our noble example would mend her wicked heart. That's right, yeah, Steam Summer Sale. Hey, you're back. Good things over there, Commander. The town's the same as when I was deployed here, in appearance at least. But why is the City of Lights devoid of people? It's like a ghost town. This town isn't real either, it's just another illusion. Simulated city, eh? Let's hope this isn't one of the disaster scenarios. Yep, makes perfect sense. Oh, there must be a reason why we're here, though. I still haven't played 3 myself, to be fair. Of all the Final Fantasies, I've yet to play 3. Like, neither, like, previously or for fast, or for RPG Quest anyway, because the first release of 3 we ever got in North America was the DS one, which is weird that, you know, it took the DS before we got 3. Especially considering, like I said, on PS1 we had every other Final Fantasy released on the PS1 except for 3. Well, if I ever get, if Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster ever comes up in the fast forward list, I'll probably just make an executive decision, just play 3 on the Pixel Remaster, at least initially, and then, you know, if it comes up again, I'll play the other ones, but... New York's combat review taught me anything. It's that a city can have a soul, a spirit of its own. True, you can say the same thing about Shibuya, Roppongi, and Akihabara in Japan. Ah yes, Akihabara, a fearsome place indeed. Remember the original 3's DS remake was planned to be on the PS2? Oh yeah? Oh hey, is that everyone? Find anything yet? Maybe that's why they didn't bring 3 onto the PS1, because they were planning the remake, so they didn't want to, like, you know, they didn't want to release it on 3. Because it's weird, especially the Final Fantasy, I keep forgetting it's the Chronicles or Anthology, whatever one it is, I think it's the Anthology, has Final Fantasy, I think it's 4 and Chrono Trigger. Like, that would have been the one that would have made the most sense to have Final Fantasy 3 in there, but for some reason they didn't put 3 and they put Chrono Trigger on there. 32, I want to say, something like that. No one here, it's so quiet, it's almost scary. Great, so we're still clueless. Kogoro is a detective, why can't he detect anything, huh? I'm saving my super sleuthing skills for later, okay? Multiplying enemies. Fun. Nighttime, Kogoro. Yeah, I probably shouldn't rely on him too much. Of course, with nobody here to question, there's not too much we can do anyway. Classes were far more bloated in 5. Just took a DS remaster to make them all fit in. Makes sense. This evil force around us. I feel like there are more uninvited guests nearby. At least the last 2 missions, other than the death I had on the second last mission, at least those were relatively short. They were like an hour and a half long. Well, 2.5 hours for that one, because I failed it right at the end there, but... Yep, yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Necron and Omicron. There's somebody else here, Omicron. True, I remember seeing them before, Necron. Yeah, the bounties were chasing the endless frontier. Hey, you book girls, mind telling us what we're doing here? We brought all of our friends here, Omicron. We're quite a bit more powerful now, Necron? I just love stirring up wherever they appear, I love that. Can we save their professional admiration for some other time, Morgan? Those are our questions, you guys. Well, Omicron, let's just start with this, Necron. It's a wall. Huh? No way, the barrier wall went up by itself. Are you ladies behind this? Sound is filled with such an amazing power, isn't it, Omicron? It's all gathering right here, Necron. Final Fantasy 3 is the bridge between 1 and 5. Well, Final Fantasy 2 was basically like the first Saga game, really. So it's 3. I guess 3 is more traditional Final Fantasy instead of, you know, Saga game. I knew something was up at this place. We'll just have to stay on our guard and try to get some info from them. Okay, Gemini, are you alright? Yep, peachy keen over here. Well, more like peachy okay, but we'll manage. Magus. Well, we can't do that if more enemies keep showing up. This entire town's one giant trap. You, Silvaria. Of all the places, and you brought along some Reaver bots too. General Silvaria bless. What are you doing here? Are these the friends Necron mentioned? Eh, and so we meet yet again. I pity I don't have time to fight you. Oh, anyone had you upgrading your classes? Yeah. As long as you had some rat tails. That's funny considering all the robots and devils you brought along with you. Yeah, every location's giant trap. This one seems to be front-loading the enemies, though. So what are you here for, then? No need to tell you. You're fighting to get back home. You mentioned that last time we met in Nakabara. Is that still your mission here? I thought you were working for SIN, Silveria. Are you casting a lot of demons in the endless frontier? This world is located nearby the one that I call home. Big reason you don't think a 4-job Fiesta would work for Final Fantasy 3. It's not enough job stuff. As I was retreating from Hakabara, I ran into these two women. Hehehe. Hehehe. I see, so they got you out of the city before the crossgate disappeared. Phew. These boundaries are a serious handful. Better up the reward. What did these women tell you, Valkyria? That all the worlds were merging together and my own world would join them. That's what Remsian told us. That it'll all be the same thing in time. Exactly, the kind of chaos Oma was trying to trigger. The city of Paris is the scene that could be a major catastrophe, viewers. Look at all the world's assorted members of your merry band came from. Isn't this the best chance all of you have to return to your own homes? Early game jobs aren't meant for late game? Yeah, makes sense. You basically have to do a class change. Dang, lady, you planning to just walk back home? That's not how the universe should be. We need to bring it back to normal. Perhaps. Myself, I am returning to my leader in the best way for me. In the way best for me. I guess we're gonna have to fight it out. We need to help your friends cut off by that wall. How can we get this thing down? Multiple energy sources incoming, believed to be steam beasts. We don't have enough enemies, we need more enemies. Well, that's nice of them. Now we don't have to be bored at least. Steam beasts. But these things are here. And Cizo has to be close by too. It's possible. Let's get these guys before things get any hairier. We'll take on the beast. Is everyone on the other side alright? Alright or not, we're gonna have to survive this. Entering battle mode, here goes. General bless, we need to move forward, and we need to do it right. I don't care what you do, the only thing I want is your life. Very well, I suppose this was unavoidable. Let's go. Wipe out all enemies. Alright, so Gemini and Erica, we have to not die. So basically the Sakura Wars characters. He's alive. Treasure we have to try to grab. Is this kind of treasure? It's breakable, so maybe. Barrel over here potentially. With this side. It's cool breakable objects, but no actual treasure chests. Is this one over here? Oh yeah, that one you probably have to be really good at the game to have a chance in. These books are easy to take out, for the most part. Everyone is ambidextrous. You can wield weapons in either hand. Less annoying than having people have like handedness. That'd be worse. Yeah, that's true. You probably realize a lot of people hated that, so they just undid it with Final Fantasy 3. Wasn't a popular choice, I guess. $999 AP. That sounds boring as hell. Sounds like a slog and a half. Yeah, those Pixel remasters, they got rid of a lot of stuff that they introduced and stuff like Dawn of Souls and stuff. It's so annoying with Squeenix games that they never have like a definitive edition of a game. They're like... They're like allergic to releasing definitive editions of games. Oh, the peninsula. I know the one you're talking about. The one where they have that those two squares on the peninsula. Yeah, they got rid of that. Why would they get rid of that? That's like a must-have in any Final Fantasy. You get that through like even in later remakes. And they probably made the game easy enough that you don't need it or something like that, but still. These new abilities we're picking up here. I don't know if these are actually abilities, but plus 15% attack, plus source critical, and fixed enemy launch height. We got a Corv is that do 15%. Has anybody gotten any like cool abilities that I haven't checked? Like plus 15% attack to everybody kind of thing. Be the only thing that I might actually use. Assuming if it exists, it's gonna be expensive as shit. Say Master, I think was new. Vengeel, no, it's in Heal. Nope. So far, the only thing we've gotten that's more than 100% is this like full heal for everybody. Yeah, that's the stuff I meant. These remasters don't have any of the stuff from like Dawn of Souls. It's like, why? I said, Squeenix is allergic to making a definitive edition of anything. Because if they did that, then they would have to like stop re-releasing the same games, right?
Let's go! Shining Force の前に敵はねえさ。緊急リポートです。ファンタジーゾーン。
See, that's it's in the name though. Extra content doesn't mean you have to do it. If you don't want to do it, that's fine.
次の相手はこっちだよ。問題ない。
魔の旋律を聞け。コンサートと行こうぜ。
Does Final Fantasy IV have a spoony bard at least? Who's so young? Report as a spoony bard. Thank God they don't get rid of that at least. People would be up in arms if they got rid of the spoony bard.
そろそろ出番だ。
マリサの帽子、しましまで問答無用なのだ。なのだ。打ち着なのだ。なのだ。カラミティリッパー。もらいます。
いてこます。
誰にも頼らない。当てる。お前は運がない。
最高だ。ケビルトリガー。こいつで食事を。
ニハ
まとめていくぜ。
I don't think I got rid of the Finesse Power. That's stupid.
何が出るかはお楽しみに。
Why would they get rid of that? I know it's a bug, but still. It's a bug that, like, they purposely left in later generations.
これも私のお嬢様度。
Oh yeah, it was a bug. They just had the borders wrong for the maps or whatever. So, well, it's an oversight, but still a bug. Like it wasn't intended. So I mean by bug, not like an actual like some overflow thing that caused it. It's just more of like the zone borders are just slightly off. Yeah, didn't they patch a new font? A lot of people hated that font. Yeah, that's what I figured. Like, the game's probably easy enough that you don't need the thing. It's still weird that they would have removed it though. Like, if people want to use it to get even more OP, then why not?
修行時代を思い出すぜ。
魔力解放ビッグの術。
終わったか。随分と
Of course it was.
飽きすぎて損はないという
So Arisu.
貴様のよう。
任せておけばいい。逃がすはしない。もらった。お前は運がない。
もう
何やら戦闘がつまらないものですがどうして足をプレスこれが私の必殺技ですミラクル
The thing we just picked up was like a soul very soon. Can't find enemy blocking the first CRT. Blood of Haya? Or Haja? Or... This side's done.
燃えてきたぜ
Break the wall. Let's be over 50% first critical. Those like auto abilities are the ones I'd like never remember exist.
悔やむ間もなくマイナスだけよ勝利立ち行くでなぞせんわよし
I was gonna say, where's the other enemies? Because we're almost done on the opposite side here. Are they gonna put this down and add like 50 more enemies? Of course they will. That was the perfect time to hop in. I knew that silly rabbit would show up sooner or later. Rather impressed you managed to snip this place out. We more or less just fell into it, actually. Cizo, what are you doing here? No, not telling. You cretins. Ugh, this rabbit's really getting my goat. I gotta make that bastard into a bowl of spicy rabbit stew. I can come up with a few recipes myself. Pardon me, mes amis. I'm the one who'll be serving you cretins up. Where the merging takes place, you'll all be rabbit punched to bits. Merging? Got another trick up your sleeve here? Is that something you're planning with Aura's flocks? Someone else needs to show up here before you can pull it off, no? Another enemy squad ready to ambush us, you mean? This guy plays Exposition 33. Lisa, I don't know what you mean. What are you getting at, Detective? Back when we blundered our way into that big computer world, this guy was teamed up with Due from Moro's Flocks. Right, Cizo was chasing after Skate. Moro's Flocks is home to the Belenos brothers too. We saw them on the inside of Fuji's Sakura tree on the Indus frontier. Right, I should think what would happen if Sakura and Ichiro weren't there. Okay, and who was there with Cizo? In fact, who was with Due the first time we met her? Her. Oh wow, actual detective work from you, first time ever. Just doing my job, lady. So if Sherlock here is right, we should have another visitor soon. Heat source detected. It's coming this way at high speed. Oh, come on. Why does she have to come with more enemies? Are these Coma monsters? I guess Kogoro's hunch was right. Yep, here we go. Theater Chanois. I always did like this place. It's a video. It'll be staining your blood shortly. Hee hee hee. Dang. Talking tough for having just showed up. Working Thora's flocks, right? Just like Cizo. No need to hide it anymore. Suppose you're right. Great. Now, while you're interested in talking, can you tell us why? You should ask her where the rest of the group is first, Dante. All the evil whirling in the world, it is all gathering in one place. Evil? What do you mean? I'll let you see that for yourselves. Assuming you can defeat us, that is. In that case, I'm sorry, but all of you are going down. I had enough of this giant game of hide-and-seek. Nakoma, Ayame, Noi, Ayame, or Ayame. I still don't know how the hell you're supposed to pronounce these differently. Ayame and Aya-me. Why can't you go back to what you once were? Come on, Ichiro. We're just about to get started. It's like T-Elos versus Telos. I don't know. But I once was. This is the real Miichiro Ogami. Yame Fujieda, you know, no longer exists in this world. Yep, looks like we are just getting started, alright. What are you talking about, girl? Ichiro, are you ready for this? I like that look in your face, Ichiro Ogami. Expression gives me all the reason I needed to revive myself. Let's go, everyone.
よっしゃーよも や再びこのパリで戦うことになろうとは。
Yeah, no, I know it's Telos for T dash Elos, but for the Ayame thing, it's like, it's like, you know, they clearly pronounce it like there's supposed to be a pronunciation, because sometimes he says, oh, it's Ayame without the dash, and she's like, no, it's not Ayame, it's Ayame, Ayame. It's like, which is it? How do you pronounce that?
これも因縁ぴょんね。
あらゆる人間どもの悪徳。私たちにはふさわしい場所ね。これで最後よ。大神一郎、新宮寺さくら。決着をつけましょう。
But if it was Ayami, then it would be MI, right? Clearly, like in Japanese, you know, like there's got to be some sort of pronunciation thing. It's probably just like the hesitation makes a difference, like Ayame versus Ayame or Ayame. I don't know. It's weird.
あやめさん、私決めたんです。もう一歩も引かないって。
Yeah, it's like there she just said Ayame-san, right? So she had the son, and maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's like the honorifics, I guess, maybe is different. I don't know. Which of course doesn't translate.
それが俺たちの正義だから。
いらっしゃい。二人の決着をつけましょう。
戦闘開始だ。作戦名。再びパリは燃えているか。
イエスさん、行きます。愛の御旗のもとに。
This Paris burning again. How many enemies do we have to deal with now? Jesus. They spawned like 1,000 enemies. 52. Ugh. They're probably all tanky as shit too. Let's make a quick save. Anybody need heals before we deal with all these enemies? Make sure he stays alive because he's important. Let's hope we can like one-shot these guys. Very unlikely though. Definitely not with the amount of health they had.
分かってるのよ。ごめんね。
Not even close.
私です。
Oh, this dude just spawned like all the way back here. Alright, let's try to gather up our dudes before we do anything.
痛くしたらごめんなさい。
刻印の騎士、いざシアーサーの真骨頂だ。大魔法合意のおはじん。はい。
ひらめきで乗せて。大きなダンクーだ。ブレイクソロ。
元老山。
Just killed him. Maybe like the last hit. Second last hit.
やりますわよ。クラッシュ。
Let's try if those had anything in them, but probably don't.
エリカ、ちょっと。
レディーファイト。
ほれ、ヘア。ごめんなさい。お手をいいルペですか。あいつを捕まえて。そこよ。自分のプレー。どうだ。さあ、そうしやげよ。ゴーゴー。オープントップ。くらえ。ホールセンティノ。やっこっちや。
舐められたものだな。
エネルギー全開。
外しはしない。これでチェックメイトだ。
Four down.
対局を始めるか。
これも私の
巻き込まれても知らんぞ。
そう無理をしてでも
叩き潰してくれるわ。ちょっと足を上げないと面
Just tackles the X-Buster upgrade from X3.
小五
Oh
郎
yeah.
を楽しませるためにと
It's gonna be tons of attention to detail of like all these characters and all their attacks.
リーンベル入団する。地獄行きだね。
悪いな。車線開けてくれ。
よっと
鉄
遅くしろ。
角流のお手伝いだよ勝負
お遊びもここまでってな。
どうでも舐めてろ。そこだ。
長い
進軍開始。
ここからよ
この距離ならいける。
メテオストライクよーしやるわよ苦しゅうないかぐやよそち厳しい現実を教えてくれるわまだまだ顔をありゃ
知らなきゃな。
伝統のマリオ
ベストクラッチ。さあそうなんだぜ。ジャックポイント。こいつでとどめだ。
灰色花札よいよ
殺してあげる。この子たちがお相手するわ。楽しい。しまった。
待たせ。使ったぞ。
アイテムなのだアイテムなのだ
Because we're doing some work with these AoE attacks. It's good that the enemies are densely packed together.
いいよ。
さて
行くぜ。
頼りたくない。
行きますこういう時の対処皆さん緊急リポートですジェネラル力負けられ
出番だな。
雑魚ども。
So we're up for the counterattack.
俺は止められやしねえ。尺だ。
お姉さん張り切るわよ
これが俺の全開。
Yes, they did. Which is probably why we're never going to see a remake or or like a sequel to this, because why the hell would they take him away from making Xenoblade Chronicles, right? Once they handed it over to another company.
これを見て死ぬ攻撃対象ロックオン
Best animation.
これで終わり踊りなさい
Yeah, Monolith Soft had some definite attention to detail when it comes to Cosmos.
行くぞ
シャオモンスクリュー私がお相手します
法律か
これが乙女の騎士の力です
裏か表かわかるか
三の
超えろ派手に決
シャオモン
めだこら削るんやないねここで一気に決めるぞ
Because each of our AoE attacks are hitting like 4 dudes.
私は私のままで戦うの
You know, we're not killing any of them in one shot, at least we're softening them up. And second AoE will finish them off.
よっしゃっしゃっしゃ
私だね
カメラカメラ
わかりましたわかりました
俺が行こう俺か覚悟してもらうぜ叩き伏せるいわばお邪魔虫ってやつ
I'll never be free.
この距離なら狙える
The game never ends. It goes on and on, my friends.
年がいもなく張り切っちまったぜ俺たちの死に場所はここ足元がお留守やでこれでしまいやスーパーストレート打ちだこんなもんかい
Yeah, it's kind of surprising, especially considering a lot of these featured characters from games that never saw North American releases. Of course, there's like fan translations, but similar thing for Type 0. Yeah. I hate Makina. Well, this thing it's a good portable game. It's not so good console game, right?
ここは僕らが振る。出番ね。全力で行くわよ。レディーゴー。仕留めさせてもらうわ。本気で行くよ。
いい調子いい調子。
It has all kind of flaws, yeah.
この好機逃しはしない。
シャドウブレイド。
騎士団の誇りにかけて。
よく味わいます。
Man, I platinumed it. I remember nothing about it.
勝負。
使わせてもらうよ。
Let's get some healing in, because I'm sure we took a lot of damage there. Let's get some tiger pancakes in.
落ちるのも悪く。
この好機逃しはしない。
Probably.
そう無理をしてでも。
鏡の牙に走れ。放流の
シャドウブレイド。フィニッシングシャワー。受けなさい。バルキリーターン。これでどう？思い切って踏み込むわ。当てる。日々の鍛錬。
ノーミスで行く。
I hit enough dudes there to make that worth it.
姫を。
俺の武器さばきを見ろ。俺に強大な魔力を。
極まりないです。
わかった。強い邪気を感じる。切り刻む。砕けろ。この仕事俺が受ける。ラサンまた。燃えろ。メッキャン行くぞ。対馬流花火。いつも君に助けられて
私ってね。私ね。
So far away from those guys getting a turn, so let's hurt her a bit.
ここだ。この距離なら届く。突っ込んでな。力を貸して。結構放っておけだからね。切り刻むよ。結構放っておけ。爪痕。はあ、よくも。ありゃあ。ブラックローズ、ついてきて。わかったわ。やっギッタンギッタンよ。とりゃあデータドレイン。いっけー。よくも。これが血の宴よ。獲物の数字。
謎なのだ。
こ
初期成功。
元気リュンリュンなのだ。
私たちに任せなさい。
なのだ。これにて解決なのだ。絡みついてきた。
もらいます。誘導だ。仕掛けます。そこで特別性です。行って。
終わりだ。
ほらほら。
俺が行く。
Leave those for like the AoE attackers, but I guess we'll finish one of them off.
気を抜くな。全力で行かせてもらうわ。キープ何十発だ。そこだ。こりゃいいリハビリだぜ。遅れを取りはしない。
This is like 30, I don't know, 32, 3, I don't know, I lost track. 30 something.
楽しみましょう。
30 too many.
苦しゅうない。
ワイルドカードだ。
まさか。
そこだ。フィナーレを飾るとしようぜ。グランドフィナーレ。
頼りたくない。敵発見。
警戒を厳にしてくれ。油断する。もらった。とこもろとくで。打ち続けろ。これでしまいや。スーパートレード。爆破する。当てる。俺の抑え込むぞ。
突き抜ける。
いける。吹き飛ばす。
Love when I kill a full health enemy.
浮かれている暇はない。
行きましょう。
These guys over here are like so far from anything.
レディーゴー。さて。
Really?
つながり。こっちから飛び込んでいくしかない。
上だ。
チクッとしますよ。
遅れんなよ。
じゃあいただいちゃうから。さあね。
逃がさないから。
やっと交渉だ。
集中。やあ。交代。支援のごとく合わせるわよ。
俺が行こう。逃しはしない。ケン、今だ。おう。ドラマチックに行こうぜ。上流拳。
I didn't have enough damage for the boss, but
了解だ。
俺が正義だ。
あいよ。手を挙げろ。そこだ、ミスターダイナマイトの。
はい通りますよ。
話が違うじゃねえか。
もらったよ。それこれ
行くか。
逮捕したいとこ。いいからこっちは勝手にやろう。ゴールデンアックスだ。うわ、俺の服があっち。そこだ。
Everything is hitting us with status effects at this point. It's super annoying.
ほな勝手にやらせてもらおうか。ここで引導渡してる。
真羅剣山。
使うぞ。
アイテムですね。アイテムですね。
今日の仕事。俺を誰だと思ってやがる。ナイスシュー。ほらメイドの土産だ。持っていきな。カレーのソース。これでも食らえ。
当てる。はいな。暗記法。
こいつは忙しいぜ。
フォローミー作戦で行く。
突撃でこれが私の必殺技です。
I'm boss down. I guess the book ones should be pretty easy because they're not very tanky. Hehehe. You have good friends with you, Chiro Ogami. Of course I do. You're all here to fight the wars we must fight. A ring of companions. It's exactly where your strength comes from. Chiro. Ahame. Please go. Follow the path you believe in. I was reborn as a coma, but there's still one thing I can still tell you. Ahame. I defeated you twice. Yeah, just a couple, Bugnato. Just a couple. Come on, Ogami. You're a man, aren't you? Try to act like one. Yame. Promise we'll meet again underneath that cherry blossom tree. Yes, it definitely seems like we're like killing off characters now. Like they're kind of saying their farewells, as in like, hey, yeah, I won't be back, kind of thing. So I'm hoping this means we're like heading towards endgame. Yeah, she looked like she blew up there. She didn't like take off. So Chiro, you're a pal. Yami was smiling, wasn't she? Thank you. I'm fine. Whatever forced Yami into the heart of battle yet again, I swear they'll pay for it. Yami, hope you'll watch as you walk down the path of justice.
させてもらうぜ。鉛をくらいね。お次はこちら。さあラストダンスだぜ。華麗にサウスできる。ああいいぜ。
敵だね。
俺のことは気にすんなよ。助けてくれ。ついてねえぜ。ターンエンド。構わん。
クロスチャージショット。蹴りをつけるか。抜けろ。俺たちの力を。
I think of this thing, Bruce Willis. Yeah, I know. Of all the characters they could have chosen, you had to choose that one.
さてといいわよ身もこ
迷わず踏み込むだけだ。これもハンターの任務だ。手を乱す者を撃つ。見てろよ。
We're doing for healing. Let's throw a nurse on.
みんなしっかり。
Should have used AoE here, but whatever. We've got plenty of characters that have a chance here.
邪魔するってんならよ。走破ガオ撃。走破。まだ負けられんのだ。
気安く呼ぶんじゃないよ。習得
我に力を。黄金の鎧。ずいぶん
任せて。
仕事は果たすわ。
ほらほらほら。
仕事料は後でもらうから。
私たちで大丈夫です。
敵で狙いは外さない。
派手にやるわよ。取っておきだからね。行くぞよ。そりゃあ。
炎の爪痕。鉄鋼装置。
デスブリング。
炎の爪痕。
よかろう。敵に情けは無用。
Seems like breaking their blocks like instantly a lot.
これぞ三島流よ。
Just have like we're learning skills that like lets us do that, I guess.
よし、勝ちかな。お嬢。よし、行くか。一気にまとめるぜ。好きなだけ持ってけ。
いいだろう。ほらほら。
オーケーやろうか。
Down to 18 enemies from like 1,000 that we started with.
勝負と行こうか。
だけだぜ。よいよい、笑わせ。頑張るぞ。
Let's keep her behind a bit. Since her dying is bad.
ねねこなのだ。
よし行くよ。
ここは俺がやる。そこだ。よう、俺の武器を知ってるね。まだまだ。
行くよ。
君たちでも走らどけ。うわ、俺の服が。シャー。消え失せろ。一気に行くぞ。シンク、飛び上段蹴り。ゴレンゲ。シンク、飛び上段蹴り。
Devil Gene.
お仕事お仕事。
I'll hit the other dude. Half in range. Attack her, I guess.
さあ勝負よ。私の支援のごとくもらった指名
Yeah, these books are super weak for bosses, like 36,000.
サービスタイム開始。燃え尽き私は人の道を行く。勝負を決めるわよ。アキラ。
俺で決めてやるぜ。
Not weak enough that I can one-shot them, but pretty damn close. If we got a crit off or something like that, I would have one-shot the boss.
この犬。俺の武道受けてみろ。
私は容赦しない。勝利当然の結果です。
And return to the multi-bookshelf again. Hey, Necron. Yeah, all these bosses seem to be like dying for good now, so definitely seems like we're heading towards endgame. They're all dying for good. We're not going to fight them again, so I won't let you cause any more trouble in the outside world. I didn't notice that I did notice that the Nemesis seemed to have like died. I didn't notice if the other zombie dude did though. But clearly all these other ones they seem to be finishing off and they seem to be staying dead. Or like they're saying their goodbyes and not like, yeah, I'm running away.
こっちだよ。
行ってみよう。
へへ。
Gonna have something that makes me move one more, like 2 more steps.
れでは一言どうぞ。
決まくるぜ。
発射。みんな行くわよ。しびれなさい。ファンタジーゾーン。スクーター。ヘビーボム。テンションブラスター。夏の恋しエクスプレス。恋し
マジでどりゃ落としゃしねえよ。
レイジングアロー。アイスバイクギア。
カウンターストレート。
Puppet.
行きますか。
人は我を犯す。
お邪魔しちゃうか。春夏秋冬極め。これぞ極め。
容姿採点。
スタンバイ。
アイテム。
ラビット。
俺の邪魔をするな。まだまだ現役なんだよ。叩き伏せる。調子に乗っちまった。
さて。よし、これで。ここで終わるわけにはいかないんだ。こいつらも運がねえな。ナイス。遊び相手になってくれるか。俺様生かしすぎ。まだまだ。勝負。ターンエンド。行くぞ。行くぞ。
Close enough to do anything.
よし、始めよう。エクスバッター。ヘッドダイバー。藤間流の秘技を。
優雅に華麗にってね。
サージショット。これも忍術さ。燃えろ。辻間流花火。砕けろ。戦闘終了。行こう。
Two. Definitely need more than two.
モリガン、真面目に。
ネクロディザイア。
成果を見せるよ。
俺たちでなんとかするぜ。
光の竜よ、ここに。
フィニッシングシャワー。
Fucked up there.
いかに抜けなさい。夢を見ましょう。
Get my extra attack.
押してまいる。
Get 3 dudes, but definitely don't want to waste that with 3 dudes. I want to get that with like. I can hit 4 dudes right here.
安らかに眠ってください。
始めるか。
これで仕方ない。
Standing in spots. Do I have a move 2 spots? No. Shit. Oh, wasted my speed there. Whatever. Attack the boss. I can't. Attack this guy, I guess.
足手まといにならないようにしなきゃね。狙い撃ち。
もっと生に合わせる。本日も仕事日和だな。援護する。集中攻撃だ。最後に見せてやるとするか。さあ飛ばすぜ。
しびれたぜ。物足りない。
よしこ。
旅受け回させない。痛い目見てみるってね。ゴールは近いってこと。ロードブレーカー。
To knock out.
フィニッシュ。たわけ者。かぐやよ。そっち。マルチのきらめき。目の前をちょっと。はい、任せといてよね。我が参加。タラン様。歌劇団の底力。やっ借りるよ。いや。あら、ごめんあそれよ。当たりますよ。大暴れよ。キングコブ。
行動開始。ここでホームに来た。まずい。これで終わりだ。
God, but her.
まずい。
わかったのだ。問答無用なのだ。お邪魔しちゃいます。覚悟するのだ。カラメティ消えろ。特別です。切ります。はい。畳みかけます。人気捕食形態。捕食成功。どうぞ。
こいつでとどめだ。堪忍袋の尾が切れたよ。
行きますか。もったいねえな。年寄りは休ませてもさっさと片付けるぞ。
これならどうかしら。
遊び相手になってくれるか。
なんとか乗り。
事件だ。叩き伏せる。おっと警察だ。動くなよ。
エリカさん、転ばないようにね。
こんだけ見て当たるか。助けてくれ。これだけ打ち込む。
絶対に負けない。
目的を果たす。
暗いな。
敵を撃破する。
時は来たれり。
漏らした。バール武装解放。これで終わりだ。
フィニッシュ。うまく。
ほらほら。
Getting there, getting there. 6 enemies left. Including this book. Or if we can one-shot this book. Actually, these guys have an AoE, don't they? 2 character AoE.
時は来たれり。
Be able to kill that dude at least.
やれパイ。
Seriously damage the boss too.
私だね。私たちと戦おうなんて10年早いわ。
いじめちゃおうかしら。火は水は火にサービスタイム開始。燃えて
行きましょう。
Probably can't finish that off. Let's kill the bird.
意気込みを伺い。今よ。みんな行くわよ。8,000円だけじゃなくってよ。撃ちます。今のただ。やれる。
Let's see if we can beat this guy.
オーナーナッツクラックと。
20,000, probably not.
とこもろとくで一斉射撃だ。
しっかりついてきてよ。
これでわしの勝ちじゃ。
Just who stunned him.
力が湧いてく。これで勝てる。狙撃する。これでも食らえ。
Then we unstunned him. So he landed. Counterattack for the win.
少し強い。
緊急リポートです。
Right. All that should be left is the 3 bosses.
俺らの番か。
I wouldn't really call the book a boss. This guy's already half dead.
これからが本番だぜ。
バトル作戦だ。
見せてやる。全開。
これを見て死ぬ。
コンデンサー出力全開。スルケテネリター冷房
2 more attacks for this guy.
私ですね。
Can't quite reach him. Oh, we can. I think it's some XP. I might be close. I might be able to finish him off.
私の頭を受けてください。私たちで大丈夫です。
Definitely won't be enough damage. Close, but probably off by like 2,000. Oh, God, 299, really? Okay, you got one more character that gets to move before he does. And assuming I can get to him. Okay, good. Done. Alright, one more big boss. Gotcha, the prelude's all mine. Alright, is he gonna disappear for good? Ciso, this is over. Prelude. It is tout fini. Sasa. It was fun, my friends. You know, looks like it's the last time we're gonna meet him too. As a spiritual force returns to this city, I swear it will return. Although I wouldn't be surprised if we have like a boss rush at the end where like every single boss shows up. Just the bosses though. I mean, Capcom was in this game, so it's gonna happen. The great Ciso's eyes shall always burn red. I shall never perish. He's gone. As long as the Paris Combat Review exists, we'll never be victorious. That's the spirit, Erica. We must fight to preserve peace for all mankind. Yeah, I'm gonna hold my breath. But at least these bosses are gonna be like last time we run into them, right? We still have all the we have all the dudes from so far, let's see. So Tyrant, the Nemesis guy is gone. I'm assuming I didn't notice if Lord Raptor like blew up like Nemesis did, but I did notice Nemesis did. So I'm assuming Lord Raptor is gone as well. So that's those two gone. We have Jitta. We haven't fought yet, like recently, so he's obviously gonna show up again. Seth, we haven't fought again yet, so he's gonna show up. Vile, we haven't fought again recently, so he's gonna show up again. And he's super annoying because you have to fight him twice, once with the right armor, once without. Astaroth, we haven't fought him recently, so he's gonna show up again. So still a bunch of enemies. There's still probably a couple maps at least where we're like fighting all these bosses. So she's gone now for good. So I'm assuming she's gonna disappear for good as well once we defeat her here. Shielder, I don't know if you count this as an actual boss. So he might show up. I mean, he'll probably show up at the same time Astaroth shows up and be gone for good. Hey, Puny Magus, how's it going? Ciso's gone for good now. We're at 2 Switch games. Oh, just probably newest releases that I haven't picked up. Can't think off the top of my head which ones those are, but let me look it up real quick. Yeah, I'm pretty close to caught up with all the releases. I just try to see if they go on sale or something like that and grab them at that point. Let's see. Pretty much, it's like Meg's Monster, which is like a release that was just in Japan. Rune Factory, new Rune Factory game, and Xenoblade Chronicles X. So technically, I have 3. I probably just haven't updated the number of games on that list. Yeah, Dural, we still have to. I'm sure we're gonna see her again. MCN was the. Did she die? No, that was the map before, so she might show up again, maybe. I don't know. We're definitely running out of, like, we're finally, like, clearing out enemies. Although these dudes showed up on the map after Nemesis and that, so I think Rimcian and Coco Tapioca are both gone, probably. Oh yeah, it's been growing for a long time. Unfortunately, my collection basically started at the PS1 era, so I think part of that definitely out of my price range to collect.
いつも通りだ。レディーファイト。任務を遂行する。
Luckily, I picked up most of those games before they went stupidly expensive in later generations.
ここは譲る。
Like PS1 games, when I picked them up, there were some expensive ones, but the majority of them you can get for like decent prices. Same thing with PS2. Nowadays, like these prices are just nuts. Well, luckily with with one of my previous jobs, I did a lot of traveling around Canada. So every time I hit a town, like a major town, I went to check out the retro game stores and those. And of course, I filled up like a lot of the collection with eBay picks and stuff like that. But like pretty much any retro game stores, any like flea markets I could run into. So got a lot of those for decent prices. Looks like playtime is over, Omicron. I wish they just turned themselves in already.
受けて立つ。
壊すわ。
So yeah, I picked up a lot of those games at a decent price. But of course, like with any collection, the last couple of games you have to pick up, you're probably gonna spend more than you wanted just because it's the last thing. You gotta pick it up, right? But stuff like stuff like the dot hack games on the PS2, I remember picking those up like a bundle of them there for way cheaper than they go for now. I'll tell you that. But when I picked them up, it was like an expensive price, but now they're just like stupid price. Like just number 4 alone is worth way more than the all 4 of them combined when I picked them up. I gotta make sure when I fight her, we're gonna have to have some help. Yeah, that's definitely one of the big things, the room. I mean, I just have a bunch of bookshelves and all the collector's editions are kind of like packed up in like some IKEA shelving unit things and then some remasters remakes are kind of, yeah. That's the thing, yeah. A lot of disposable income. Helps a lot. Oh god, yeah. I can imagine, especially for collecting card stuff. Like most of my collection is like the disc stuff, right? I mean, it's complete in box, but still, complete in box like PS1 games and complete in box like PS2 games take a lot less room than like any sort of like SNES or NES collections. Especially complete in box for those ones. Plus, it's a lot easier finding shelves that are designed to fit, DVDs and stuff compared to shelves that are designed to fit like SNES, NES games and stuff. But one of the things I definitely wanted to make sure I got is complete in box for everything. That way, we have the manuals especially, and obviously, been scanning all my collection, taking photos of everything and scanning everything for preservation reasons. Especially like a lot of those manuals, it's hard to find manuals for a lot of games online. So I'm trying to make like high quality scans of all the manuals. Yeah, the main thing that sucks with any sort of digital game is that you don't own anything. I mean, most of most of the physical games nowadays you don't own anything. Like servers shut down, those games are gone for good, right? But at least
もうですか？
you kind of own them. Digital stuff, you know, you lose access to your account, those games are gone. There's nothing you can do.
わしの道を開けよ。
チュンリーよろしくね。
Yeah, and that's the thing. So, a lot of games are getting reprints, especially like a lot of games that were like hard to find on the Switch and the PS2 got reprints, which is really good for that. But obviously older games, I mean, even older games. I remember like when I picked up Yakuza 1 and 2 on the PS2, I picked those up like a few years back, like maybe 5 years back, because they reprinted those games like 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Which is kind of unheard of, getting like new PS2 releases and trying to get like used copies of those was like super expensive, right? So yeah, you can get reprints of fairly old games occasionally. Probably not gonna see stuff like that anymore nowadays, but yeah, Switch, like current generation stuff, there's a very good chance you might see reprints. That's why I'm waiting for reprints of, because I didn't, you know, pick up a copy of Clear Obscure when, you know, everybody, or when it started getting popular. So I'm waiting for like a eventual reprint of that so I can pick up a copy. There's like little trickles of reprints of those coming out, but definitely taking a while. Yeah, Torna is another one that, I mean, there's tons of there's a lot of reprints that came out. I remember when I tried picking it up, it was hard to find, but now, yeah, lots of reprints came out for those after the fact, so it's fairly easy to find those later. Yeah, it's one thing I try to keep is try to get US copies of everything that I can. Obviously, there's a lot of games that are Asia only releases, but sometimes it's very hard finding anything other than other regions. I'll occasionally get like European copies of something because there's like a special version. The Elden Ring is a good example of that. The European version got like some extra stuff that you didn't get in the North American version. Using getting copies of, yeah, that one's definitely. And of course, RPGs in general are just not exactly cheap to come by. Oh yeah, that's definitely understandable. At least, I mean, for the most part, there's not really any sort of issues nowadays. The only downside would be any sort of DLC and stuff. So you'd have to like create like an account on that store's thing to get any sort of the DLC, even the free DLC, which is kind of annoying. Well, the PSP version of Tales of Eternia is definitely better than the PS1 version. It runs at a faster frame rate, some other quality of life stuff too, but like widescreen, that kind of stuff. I wish you could hear in your sleep. God, I know, right, Sting? Gonna hear these battle cries forever now. Yeah, widescreen. I remember starting off with Tales because I have both versions. I have Tales of Destiny 2 and I have Tales of Eternia, and I remember starting off with the PS1 version. It's like, you know what, let's try the PSP one. It ran like at a better frame rate. It's like, all right, might as well play this version. I imagine there's probably some like slight quality of life adjustments that they added in later, like by the PS1 generation.
仕方ないか。切るぜ。切り刻むほど。
私は勝手にやる。多少無理をしてでも。見えた。逃げられはしない。
Yep.
最高だ。ショータイム。のんびりよ。分かってるよ。
No. No, I avoid any sort of code in a box or anything like that. Like, I don't count those as physical. Same thing with like the Switch 2 game key card bullshit. I definitely don't count that as physical releases. So Switch 2, there's probably going to be very few games I'm gonna, like, I don't have a Switch 2 yet. Although I might pick one up at some point just because they, you know, it runs Switch 1 games better than Switch 1 for a lot of games. But in terms of like physical Switch 2 releases, there's probably going to be very, very few like actual like full game on a cart things on the on the Switch 2. Got the PSP version by Trading Tales of Abyss. The British dude. Nice. Yeah, I've heard some games like in Pokemon like Violet and Scarlet run like complete ass on the Switch. And apparently they actually run pretty good on the Switch 2, as an example. Of course, it's emulation. It's like first-party emulation, but still emulation. So I'm sure there's bound to be some issues with certain games, just like PS1 games on PS3. For the most part, they run fine, but you get the occasional game that like freezes or whatever that might work perfectly fine on the PS1 and or PS2. Yeah. I mean, until I pick up a Switch 2, it'll still run like jank. Not that I'll be reaching Pokemon Scarlet and Violet anytime soon. We've got like a million Pokemon games to get through before we get there. All this power. The Nameless gets all their weaponry back. I fear how the battle against us will turn out. Okay, well, she ran away, so she's coming back. She ducked out out of here early. Retreat is a vital part of any strategy, but I think she has other plans. If I had to guess, she likely has a lot of friends in high places. I'll chase her down. She has nowhere left to run. Stay calm, Mimka. If we sit tight, she might seal her own fate before long. True, besides, we have S.I.N. to worry about. I'm concerned about Rimsian, too. Rimsian, I guess, ran away, too. The Queen was headed for this town, wasn't she? She might be involved here. I swear I'll bring General Bless back home with us. Heard? I need to settle things with her, in our town, or in our own battlefield. No further enemies detected in range. Exiting battle mode. I wish I could have captured General Bless. Don't let your guard down yet. Where are the rest of Aura's flocks? I don't have any clues. You know, it's a mystery for now, it is. I think we should have taken Rimsian into custody when we had the chance. Clues, huh? Well, I have a question. Why does a futuristic robot need garters? I mean, she was an android designed by engineers, enough said. Why does a futuristic robot have to, like, strip her like, top in order to shoot a ray out of her chest? I mean... It's designed by an engineer. Thing floating in the sky. Is that part of Paris, too? That thing. What's that? Wait, what? Oh, you haven't seen the animations when they use their special attacks? Oh, look at that. I'm seeing a giant object popping in the sky. Where's that thing coming from? No. What's the matter, Estelle?
そんなバカなことがあるかよ。なんでこんなところに。
まさかあれは古代闘士タルカロン。
Tower Tarkaron. That seems Final Dungeon-esque. Is that a city on top of a floating island? Where did that come from? You'll know about this thing, Yuri? Yay, more spoilers for other games I haven't played yet. Yeah, it's from our world. Turca Luminaris. What, an evil island appears in a Tales of game? Man, that's such a spoiler. This can't be. The Tarkaron lost all of its power in the last battle. That's not necessarily the same Tarkaron as the one you know. He's right. Just like in this Paris we're in. First the Bermuda, and then Paris. Now this. What the hell, man? Worlds are all merging together, aren't they? Something like this happened in Shibuya once upon a time. It's on a completely different scale, though. We can't ignore this. There's no doubt that Aurus Phlox is pulling the strings this time. A new power being learned might be involved in this, too. Yeah, it's not the sort of thing you can train yourself to do. It won't be easy, but we're gonna have to travel up there somehow. But how? We already have an airplane. Do we have an airplane handy? I can think of one way to get up there, maybe. Oh, you have some sort of secret weapon, Ichiro? Yeah, I think it'll work. Let's go, everyone. Got a really bad feeling about this. Is it a cannon? So, why are we back at the Arc of Triomphe? Okami, you aren't going to set that thing off, are you? I sure am, Erika. Give me a second while I activate it, alright? What's he talking about? When letting us in a secret? Hey, Ichiro. We left. Does he mean the thing built for the European Municipal Defense Project? European? What was that precisely? You'll see in a bit. A revolver cannon is being lifted up. Yep, it's gonna be a cannon. Lifted up. Does this work like the Geofortress or what? Oh my god, these animations! Love how it just looks like a big-ass revolver. Whoa, the Arc! I guess that one was a lot closer than I thought. Spoilers for, I love how the gun is just aimed right at Ryu's head. Now look at that gun. It's bigger than the biggest Magnum I got. Phew, I'm glad this thing still works. This is the revolver cannon. The giant catapult, yeah, catapult. Built right into the arch. A catapult, so I hate to ask what happens next. Aw, no. Aw, no. It's part of a network that lets us transport troops any place in Europe. God, imagine having to be deployed by that thing. I would quit. I would defect instantly. So we'll get in this thing and they blast it all the way up there. That's right, we'll board these launch capsules. Those are not launch capsules. And make our way to Tarkaron. Normally we'll be launching Kobucraft with this, but we don't have any here. It's the only way, huh? I guess we don't have much of a choice. Yeah. Too bad none of my variant armors are around to use. This will be inside something this time, when we're launched up. Well, of course. I couldn't imagine going there with zero protection. Haha. Well, it was a fun experience at least, wasn't it, Ken? Well, whatever we settle on, I can handle it. Capsule ejection seat, whatever. Maybe I could use some Kuchu, Tatsumaki, Senpu, Kyaku to steer myself in midair. Yeah, those words. Somehow I doubt that's safe. Well, enough talking about it. Better brace ourselves. We all going to board one capsule? I'm not sure that's such a good idea. If something goes wrong, we'd all be dead. Well, that means we're gonna split up again. Hooray, smaller maps, let's go. Kurt, don't say that, okay? It's really scary, you know. Military men to the end, huh? He's pretty right, though. No way am I going to be stuck in a tight capsule with all these sweaty freaks. I didn't like splitting up in earlier maps, but now it's like every time I have a map where I'm going to split up, it's like, yes! It's going to be like an hour and a half map instead of a 3-hour map. Well, I can picture a scenario, too, where that'd be pretty fun. Alright, let's divide ourselves into 3 separate capsules then. 3, nice! 1/3 the enemies, so it's going to be an hour long instead of an hour and a half long. I like roller coasters, but I'm not sure about this. Well, we make it safely. Watch as Ulala soars into the skies. See you in hell, my friends. Don't wait for us. We're going up to the park run, remember? Alright.
よかろう押してまいる俺の騎士道見せて
プロなら何でも使いこなせて当然
Cool new things. Divine implements. Cizo scissors. Aegis shield. Gear watch. Speed +5. We already have this? I think we did. I probably unequipped it from somebody. Although I think it was a speed -5 or something like that. So it's probably better than what we had. Yeah, I think it was this tech -5. This one's like speed +5 and XP boost. Give it to them. Lose a little bit of speed, but gain that XP boost. Alright, well, since it's already like 11 something, definitely won't have time for another map. So how long did that one take? It was like a 2 hour, well, it was pretty much 2 hours. Not bad for such a big map. I mean, luckily the enemies were very tight together, so we were able to get good use out of our AoE attacks. So that wasn't too bad, but... Alright, so yeah, let's stop the timer there. So tomorrow is Canada Day. I'll be heading do some celebration stuff, but I'll probably be on like later in the evening for tomorrow, and probably do a couple more maps. We're chapter 34 now. So considering there's three, we're splitting in 3. We're gonna have 3 maps with the 3 split teams. So right there, that's like 37 at that point. I don't know if this is like the final dungeon we're heading into, but it could be like 40 missions. Maybe we'll be lucky and it's gonna be 40 and not like 50 or something. But there's at least 3 more. 3 more and then 1 with like everybody combined minimum at the absolute minimum. So maybe next maybe tomorrow, but most likely it'll be like next weekend and we'll finally beat this one. But yeah, let's close the 3DS for now, power it off, close the game, and yeah, let's see who's online there. We can raid up before we head out. Power off. Alright, who's online tonight? Yeah, 48 hours. It's probably going to be close to 60 hours by the end of this, I'm sure. At least, if we were heading towards endgame, we're probably going to be a 60-hour game. We got Mr. J on, playing some SMT, some Megami Tensei, the Old Testament. So let's rate up Mr. JRPG. We shall go from there. So everybody have a great night, and yeah, probably catch you tomorrow evening for the continuation. Probably not the end, but the continuation of this game. Bye for now, guys. I'll see you next time.